Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another PGR reaction. Today I decided I wanted to listen to another one that just literally popped into my head today while I was sitting around. I remembered reading a comment about it. Don't even remember who wrote the comment. I'll put it up on screen, but somebody said Rave Forest, and I was like, I again don't really know why this popped into my head, but I was like, I should do that one today. I didn't know how long it was. Apparently it's only about 2 minutes long, but I'm gonna listen to my brain for once and just listen to this song for whatever reason. It's calling out to me today, so I guess without further ado, let's go. Ooh, it's got like a thick mix. Got a lot of low mids in that mix. Ooh, it's mixed like a late 2000s, early 2010s dance song. I guess Rave kind of fits for that, huh? Yeah, definitely ravey. Little prog trance. Maybe that's why it was calling out to me. I loves me some progressive trance. Didn't even know that's what it was. But you listen to your heart sometimes and it brings you good vibes. Ooh, breakdown. I really love that bass. That synth is amazing. Such a great pump to it. Armin van Buuren could never. I assume it's a loop from there. Yeah, all right. Fair though. I would love to listen to that on repeat. A great song to have on a loop somewhere in the game for sure. I'm finding it kind of hard to think of where this song would fit as a song in a game. Like, it feels very relaxing in a way, like this might be a background song for some sort of a dialogue spot, but also it feels a little bit too energized for that particular option. I feel like this might be a little bit better suited for something more in the fray, like directly linked to some sort of an aspect of the fighting in the game or something, some sort of combat connection here. I could see this being like a training area or something like that. It's got just enough vibes to it that I don't feel like it's an actual fighting theme, but also it's too energetic to be the relaxing theme you hear when you're just sitting around like a dormitory or something. Like, I can't really imagine it in that context, but maybe that's just the vibe of the game. I really don't know much about PGR's gameplay, so I'm not sure like how that would work, where this would play, like what would fit for that sort of a song. But that's kind of my expectation, that this would be something more like a training area or like a preamble spot, like a setup location, like a hangar or something before everybody gets sent out to a battle, something like that, like a prep spot of some sort. But as far as the vibes go, immaculate. Great production here, great mixing. Haloweak nailed it on a lot of the production for this one. This is definitely more of a genre where I could feel that in the earlier days they understood what they wanted to get out of it tonally, like that low end, that low mid section I was talking about at the very beginning of the reaction. Perfect vibes for that trance dance rave sort of sound. Love that in the mixing. The whole production was really fun. Lots of synths and arps in here, just constantly bouncing around, very prog trancey, and I really do enjoy that sound. I've been listening to things like Armin van Buuren's State of Trance podcast for years now, as well as listening to other ones like Above and Beyond, their podcast as well, where they're just constantly putting out trance stuff and letting you listen to other producers who are also doing the same thing in the same space base and letting them talk about their stuff. And it's just really fun to hear that. So this for me is like an ideal little corner of my heart that I have never been able to get rid of. I started listening to trance stuff when I was, I think, like 17, 18, and I never really stopped. It's kind of been off and on for a few years, but I've never quite gotten rid of that little corner of my heart that this sound has completely under lock and key. Kind of similar to ska. Like, I'll always love ska. There's always a part of me that will belong to ska. I don't know why, I just like it, you know? There's some things you don't have to explain. You don't need a reason. You just kind of vibe with it, and this is one of those things. But yeah, Haloweak nailed it. I don't really have too much to talk about in the grand scheme for this one because it was kind of just a standard trance song. It was a standard sort of rave. It definitely had more rave energy, more of that dance party sound to it. I don't know if I would call it progressive trance directly, but definitely within that family, and it just did that well. But a lot of it is pretty simplistic when you get down to it. Like I said, lots of arpeggiated stuff, lots of arps, which for songs like this are largely just straight up automated. Like, you put in a synth that has all of that arpeggiating done already, and you basically hit a button and it goes. You move it up and down a little bit to change the note along with the chord, and you do that. Not really too much to think about in the grand scheme of things, but it sounds fun and it has a good energy to it, and sometimes you just want that vibe, and Haloweak captured that vibe here. But I think I am done yapping about this one, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you have any other songs you want me to get to, by all means. I know I need to listen to Dream of the Glowing Place very soon. A lot of people want me to get to that one, but this one just called out to me, so I had to get to it first. But if you want me to get to that one or another one, let me know. If there's other old songs you want me to get to as well, that's kind of where I got this one from, was a comment section where I asked if you had old songs that you wanted me to listen to. Drop them down in the comments below. If I haven't gotten to them yet, I will get to them. I really like hearing where the musicians that work on stuff now came from, where their starting point was, and where the sound quality was at that point, where the ideas were kind of floating around the story and they hadn't settled on something yet. I like to hear that and see where things are, much like this one, just kind of settling in those vibes. I really do love doing that. But I digress. Let me know if you have anything. But otherwise, if you just enjoyed this video, you know how to follow me and support me and all that. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!